What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new movie, The Beautiful Game. Let's rock this. Okay, as you all know, I grew up in Asia. I grew up playing and watching the game football. That's right, the real football. Not that other one where you use your hand 99% of the time. But you know what? For the sake of this review, since most of my viewers are from the United States of America, we're just gonna use the term soccer, okay? Although, again, as we all know, this is the real football, whereas this is called gridiron, if you want to be technically correct about it. Anyway, prior to watching this film, I had no idea that there's such a thing as a soccer tournament for the homeless. It sounds insensitive and inconsiderate at first, like why on earth would you want to have a bunch of homeless people compete against each other? Don't they already suffer enough? What is this, the Hunger Games? But turns out, after Googling it some more, the Homeless World Cup is actually one of the most awesome organizations ever. And the essence of what they do and the essence of their objective is splendidly captured in this wonderful film. The Beautiful Game is heartfelt and hopeful and deeply moving and feel good. It has all the elements of an inspiring sports movie and all the elements that make it its own unique and separate thing. It has the power to give you a positive, optimistic outlook on life. Directed by Thea Sharrock and written by Frank Cottrell Boyce. In The Beautiful Game, Mal is the manager of England's homeless football team, taking his players to Rome with the hope of being crowned champions of the Homeless World Cup, a global street soccer tournament. At the last minute, he decides to bring with them a talented striker named Vinny, who could give them a real chance at winning, but only if he's ready to let go of his past and become part of the team. Made with the support of the Homeless World Cup, The Beautiful Game is a film of second chances where homeless teams from around the world find that all roads lead to Rome and everything is to play for. Starring Bill Nighy, Michael Ward, Susan Wokoma, Callum Scott Howells, Kit Young, Christina Rodlow, and Valeria Golino. Hey, please click the join button below to become Rama Screen members. By doing so, you will help support this channel and you'll also get lots of perks. So click on the link below to join Rama Screen membership today. You know, the filmmakers could have easily just chosen to make this movie be about the birth and rise of the Homeless World Cup, but that would have been more effectively laid out in a documentary format. So I'm glad that that's not the direction that they went with for this narrative feature. This is actually an underdog story about overcoming pride and what it means to be part of a team or a family. And in that journey, or through that journey, the mission of the Homeless World Cup gets profoundly conveyed without it being shoehorned or spoon-fed. Now, Bill Nighy is a terrific actor, as we all know, and he proves it again in this movie. He is funny and stern, and sometimes can also be stiffly animated when being passionate. But I also like the fact that the focus is not really on his character Mal, but actually on the players, aka the England team. Mal is not your generic reluctant coach. He is there more as a support system. But the redemption arc is more on Vinny and his teammates. And the overall tone is lighthearted, so whatever serious issues brought up, whether it be sexism or drug addiction, all of which get resolved through avenues that would emphasize solidarity and camaraderie, which again are at the heart of The Beautiful Game. As far as the soccer games themselves, they are not the traditional 11 players per team on the pitch. This is a street soccer with 4 players on the court, which actually makes it more challenging because there's only so much room or space that you can navigate in. The sports sequences or the choreographies are okay for the most part. There are some shots that I think are way too dramatized, but I get it. I understand. They want to give the audience the impression of cool. Like, hey, that's a really cool way of shooting at goal. My favorite national team in this movie is actually Japan. They have a mini subplot about smelling the roses and appreciating the beauty around you. And although they are a small part of this movie, that does not significantly impact the overall story. Team Japan will definitely melt your heart because they are so endearing and adorable. And by the end, you're like, I want to see more of those guys. Can we get a spin-off or something? So yeah, overall I give The Beautiful Game the rating of 4 out of 5. Soccer, aka the real football, is indeed a beautiful game. It is quite possibly the most beautiful game in the world. And this movie is a heartwarming comfort food reminder of that.